Why are the right so obsessed with Biden's son but turn a blind eye to Trump's crimes? Because they think Trump's offenses are a smear campaign, fake news, and the Hunter Biden stuff a cover-up because it suits them politically. Or they don't believe anything and are just acting for purely political reasons. In politics, the immediate reaction to problems on your side is to level the playing field by insisting the other side does it, too, and preferably even more than you. Once that starts, there's an entire apparatus of political operatives whose job is to push that message out on friendly outlets, and because the American right has built its own media ecosystem, it's never seriously challenged. The result is that right-wing people in the US know about all the allegations but tend not to know that they amounted to nothing. To them, it looks like crime after crime after crime just stacking up when, in reality, it's just accusations that never pan out when investigated. It's the best attack they have on Biden. It allows the right to say, "Well, Hunter," as a response to any accusation of impropriety. On a larger scale, it's an excuse for a fishing expedition. It gives them a reason to request records, have depositions, call witnesses, etc. They're really hoping to catch other Democrats, ideally Biden, in a lie or some other scandal. You have to remember that the point of propaganda isn't to convince others of your actions. It's to give yourself enough cover that you can continue to engage in the bad acts. So Trump supporters don't care about Hunter Biden because they care about crime. They simply need cover so that they can justify supporting Trump. It's pretty bad faith, of course, but people who are desperate to support someone will cling to any justification. They aren't trying to convince you, they are trying to convince themselves. It's also why they talk about Biden having dementia. They know Trump is incoherent. But as long as they say Biden is demented, they can continue their support. 2. It's why they say the election was stolen by Democrats. It's to give themselves cover to try and steal it. It's why Trump so often accuses others of doing the things he does. Because some of them don't get their news from the same sources as you. And certain groups want to create a "they're as bad as each other" feeling so people don't vote. They're just following the standard American political playbook. Dismiss, diminish your shortcomings and invent, exaggerate your rivals. It's only gotten worse in recent years because news stations aren't required to accurately represent information, and the majority of them no longer have investigative journalism. So places like Fox will circle jerk their narrative until it's raw. A couple of the main general characteristics of the MAGA movement are victim complex and what about ISMS? They don't ever hold themselves to the same standard as everyone else. They claim to love freedom but can't explain what that means pursuant to the Constitution while trying to limit others' freedoms because they just don't agree. I grew up conservative and I'm now liberal. I don't understand when they do that. If a Democrat did something wrong like Bob Menendez, I am the first to say kick his ass out and put him in jail. It shouldn't matter if he is AR or D. I hear Hillary Clinton always being brought up. Republicans were in power, held 12+ hearings where Hillary showed up and testified. They had all sorts of power and resources and still couldn't make a criminal case against her. They claim to support the blue but end up attacking the cops on 1/6. They wrap themselves in flag clothing while attacking the very institutions that allow that flag to fly. They believe in Jesus but will disown their own family if they come out as gay. And this treatment of Trump like he is the Messiah or the second coming of Jesus just blows my mind. How did the Republican Party go from Mitt Romney, George Bush to Donald Trump, MTG, Lauren Boebert? It simply is not the same party anymore. They don't practice what they preach, and they buy into false narratives from Fox News because they want the news that fits their belief system, not the actual news. I just saw an interview with a full-on Trumper. Entire building covered with all the propaganda. He's on trial for Jan 6. This person believes the entire government is a conspiracy. Trump won by a landslide. Congress was committing treason by verifying the election. He believes this with all his heart. Thanks, Fox.
Delusion.
They focused on Benghazi for years and then pretended like January 6th didn't happen. To distract from their crimes, hypocrisy. What I don't understand why Biden's son, he doesn't hold political office. It's like being scrutinized at work for a family member's Facebook rantings. Shouldn't it be a non-issue? Are they not able to compartmentalize that it's Joe Biden that holds office and not his son? Did people demonize Kennedy for Rosemary being lobotomized? Or were the American voters able to compartmentalize back then? It's all just so confusing. It's not about being moral, or justice, or what's right. It's all about gaining power, and it doesn't matter who gets stepped on or smeared along the way. Politics is where integrity goes to die. What's really telling is that many, if not most, Democrats have zero issue with Hunter being prosecuted for legitimately illegal stuff. If something surfaced that was really nasty and incriminating, damn right I think he should be put to court and won't throw a fit if he's found guilty. The thing, of course, that isn't enough for the right. It's not that Hunter is sketchy, but that his own father is duplicitous in his activity. That's what they're looking for. But so far that hasn't really materialized yet. Because they have a reductionist view of politics as being similar to sports. They don't care about substance or consistency, as long as their team wins. They're obsessed with Hunter because of Trump's crimes. They need a distraction from their own evils. They really have no defense of Trump's crimes except every president is crooked. So they are trying really hard to make it look like Biden is, too, by implying his whole family are criminals. It's been difficult for them because Biden historically has been known to be not only one of the poorest U.S. politicians, but also one of the most well-liked by both parties throughout his career. Up until his run against Donald Trump. Edited for clarity. Lol at the downvotes. Bunch of piss babies downvoting on behalf of King Piss Baby. For the leadership, it's a cynical ploy to take power. For the rank and file, it's because they're idiots that want to win and own the libs. Both sidesism. The right knows they can't convince people that Trump is innocent, but it is very easy to convince centrists that both sides are equally bad. Their obsession is with winning, and they don't care how. So, for them, lying, cheating, and stealing are all just fine as long as they win in the end.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. ArrivalAlert is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.